That'd be great.
Say a few words. Lord, we thank you for the chance for Senator Santorum to be here, for us to understand his call to campaign for the presidency of our nation. And we just ask, Lord, that you would help us to discern truth, to listen carefully, and to understand your will in all of this.
Republican presidential candidate Rick Santorum took questions from voters at a house party in Urbandale Thursday, January 7th.
4 years ago, at this point in time, I was at about 4% in Iowa, and Newt Gingrich was at 31%. And Mitt Romney was about 20-some%. And so, just to give you an idea that things can change a lot in 3.5 weeks, and that 50% of Iowans 4 years ago didn't decide who to vote for until the last week, and a third didn't decide till caucus night. So there's a lot that's going to happen. And that's why we're here, because this is decision-making time in Iowa, and we wanted to be here and give all of you the opportunity to have at me a little bit. And so if you want someone that the enemy on day one will know that when I say something, I am serious, because I know the seriousness of this threat. We may be in a war, we may get into a war with one or more of these radical Islamic groups. But we shouldn't get into a war because people don't believe what our president is saying. We shouldn't get into war because the president says something, doesn't do it, and then we end up, like we are in Syria, in a mess. We need to have a president, when they know that I say something, they know I mean it. Because I've been saying it for 15 years. That's important. And it's also important going up against a Hillary Clinton, who is a former Secretary of State, who knows these issues cold and has experience at a time when our country is going to be very concerned about having someone with no experience, someone with, let's say, an intemperate personality, to be in a position where there's a powder keg we're sitting on globally that could confront this country. Be happy to take your questions.